Today we'll be learning about second conditional. In second conditional, the if clause take on past tense and the main clause take on would plus infinitive. Infinitive means base word. The verb in if clause take on the past tense, whereas the main clause use would plus a base word that is called infinitive. We use the second conditional to talk about an action or situations that probably or won't happen now or in the future. It means you are referring to a situation that you imagine, which did not happen now nor in the future. For example, you will be happier if you took some exercise. Would be happier is the main clause. If you took some exercise is the if clause. In the if clause, you use past tense, took. And in the main clause, you use would plus an infinitive. Another example, if I won an Olympic gold medal, I would be famous. Again, if clause, remember if clause take on a past tense. The past tense of win is won. And main clause, I would be famous, would plus an infinitive. Did you notice that there is a comma placed after the if clause? Yes. If you are using if clause in front of the main clause, you should put a comma in between. Another example, Jack would win the tournament if he trained harder. If clause is placed after the main clause, therefore no comma. And the main clause take on would plus an infinitive. There's always base word come after would because would is a modal word. If clause always take on a past tense word because we are referring to the situations which probably or would not happen now or in the future. You are only talking about something that you imagine would happen, but actually it doesn't happen now. It will not happen in the future as well. Jack would win the tournament if he trained harder. Jack could win the tournament if he trained harder. As you notice, would and could are used interchangeably. Both sentences means the same thing. We can use could or might or would interchangeably. We also use second conditional to give advice. If I were you, I would take up a sport. You will be wondering why we use were after I. Isn't it I was? But because we are using second conditional in a sentence to indicate that it is just an advice. It doesn't happen. We are only imagining a situation, so you have to use were. So for all persons, whether you are using I or he or she, you always use were. So we usually use were for all persons in second conditional sentence. That is, in the situations where things does not happen now, and it will not happen in the future. You are talking about something that is imaginary, something that you imagine. Okay, if Luke were better at football, he would be on the team. The question is Luke better at football? The answer is no. So you are talking about an imaginary situation. That is why we use were. Because we cannot use was if Luke was better. Because were is actually referring to something that does not happen nor in the future. Alright? Unless. We can use unless in first and second conditional sentences. It means the same as if not. For example, Lucy wouldn't be happy unless she got chosen for the netball team. Mr. Martins couldn't go to the match unless he had a ticket. Unless in Chinese it means 除非. I can use if if not instead of unless. For example, Lucy would be happy if she got chosen for the netball team. Mr. Martin could go to the match if he had a ticket. I've used if in a situation where I remove not. Alright, so unless it means if not. Now it's your turn to do close up page 77, second conditional. Let's try out this. Read the sentences below. What tense is used with if? You would be more relaxed if you did yoga. If I won Wimbledon, I would be famous. If I were you, I would eat healthier. Look at the tense. What tense is used with if? If you did yoga. If clause, you use what? Did is what tense is this? If I won Wimbledon. If clause, the verb in the if clause, what tense is won? If I were you, what tense is to be were? What tense is that? The answer is past simple tense, because in if clause we take on a past simple verb. Match the sentences in A with the uses of the second conditional below. We use second conditional for things we know will not happen now or in the future. To give advice for things that probably won't happen now or in the future. Let's go back to A. Okay. Number 1. You would be more relaxed if you did yoga. If I won Wimbledon, I would be famous. If I were you, I would eat healthier. So this 1, 2, 3 referring to which one? Okay, let's do one. For things we know will not happen now or in the future. The answer is number 2. If I won Wimbledon, I will be famous. Because we know it will not happen now or in the future. Okay, to give advice is which sentence? Number 3. If I were you, I would eat healthier food. Okay, for things that probably won't happen now or in the future, the answer is number 1. You will be more relaxed if you did yoga. In this sentence, it means that it won't happen now or in the future. We are only talking about an imagination or a situation that you imagine, but it doesn't happen now nor in the future. Okay. Read the sentences and answer the questions below. Jack could win the race if he had better running shoes. You might not win the match unless you get another tennis racket. Let's look at A and B. What other words can we use instead of would? Did you notice the underline? Could, might. So what will be the answer? The answer is either could or might. There are two answers, yeah? Could or might. What word can we use that means the same as if not? Do you still remember? Unless. Okay, yes, correct. You might not win the match unless you get another tennis racket. If I want to use if, then I can change this way. You might win the match if you get another tennis racket. So unless means if not, right? Now it is your turn to do exercise D, E, and F.